Leprechauns in Irish folklore, myth, legend, or reality. Origins of the leprechaun legend. The leprechaun is one of the most enduring and recognizable figures in Irish folklore. Often depicted as a small bearded man wearing a green coat and hat, the leprechaun is known for his mischievous nature, love of gold, and solitary lifestyle. But where did this legend originate? The roots of the leprechaun can be traced back to ancient Celtic mythology and early Irish literature, evolving over centuries into the whimsical yet cunning character we know today. The word leprechaun is believed to derive from the Irish term Leprechauns or luchorpan, meaning small-bodied fellow. Early mentions of leprechaun-like creatures appear in medieval Irish texts such as the Ectra Fergus mac Lety, The Adventure of Fergus, son of Lety. This tale tells of a king who encounters tiny water spirits resembling leprechauns. These beings attempt to drag him into the sea, but he captures them instead, forcing them to grant him 3 wishes in exchange for their freedom. This story laid the foundation for the leprechaun's association with magic and granting wishes. The solitary trickster of Irish lore. Unlike other fairy folk of Irish mythology, leprechauns are known to be solitary creatures. While beings like the AOC, a supernatural race in Irish folklore, interact frequently with humans, leprechauns prefer to live alone, usually in hidden places such as underground burrows or hollow tree trunks. They are often portrayed as cobblers by trade, spending their days crafting and repairing shoes. An odd but recurring detail in Irish storytelling. Despite their small size, leprechauns are clever and quick-witted. They use their intelligence to evade capture and protect their hoarded gold, which they are said to hide in a pot at the end of a rainbow. According to legend, anyone who captures a leprechaun may force him to reveal the location of his treasure. But the creature is always able to trick his captor and escape before giving up his riches. Leprechauns have also been associated with music and merriment. Some legends describe them as excellent musicians, playing the fiddle, tin whistle, and harp at their hidden gatherings. Their love of dancing and celebration, however, does not make them friendly to humans. Many stories warn that those who stumble upon a leprechaun's revelry should tread carefully, lest they find themselves cursed or tricked. Leprechauns and the trickery of wishes. The leprechaun's association with wish-granting is a later development in his legend. While the idea of receiving 3 wishes from a captured fairy or spirit is common in folklore, leprechauns are known for twisting wishes into clever traps. Those who try to outsmart a leprechaun often find themselves tricked instead. One well-known tale tells of a man who captures a leprechaun and demands to know where his gold is buried. The leprechaun reluctantly points to a tree in a field. The man ties a red ribbon around the tree and rushes home to retrieve a shovel. However, upon his return, he discovers that the leprechaun has tied red ribbons around every tree in the field, making it impossible to find the treasure. This type of mischievous deception is a hallmark of leprechaun folklore. In some versions of the story, the man makes a wish for endless riches, only to find his newfound wealth vanishing or coming at a terrible price. The morale of these tales is often the same. Greed and impatience will be met with punishment, and no human can truly outwit a leprechaun. Leprechauns in popular culture. Over time, leprechauns have evolved from elusive, mischievous fairies into cultural icons. They have appeared in countless books, movies, and advertisements. most notably as the mascot of Lucky Charms cereal and as a staple figure in St. Patrick's Day celebrations. However, these modern depictions often differ significantly from the darker, more cunning leprechaun of Irish mythology. For example, in some older stories, leprechauns are not necessarily good-natured tricksters, but rather vengeful and capricious beings who punish those who wrong them. They were sometimes seen as protectors of hidden treasures, and their anger could bring misfortune upon greedy humans. Hollywood has also had its own take on the leprechaun legend. While some portrayals have leaned into the light-hearted, Lucky Charm persona, others have depicted leprechauns as sinister figures. Films like Leprechaun, 1993, and its sequels reimagine the creature as a malevolent and vengeful being who seeks to reclaim his stolen gold by any means necessary. While these portrayals exaggerate the myth, they demonstrate the enduring fascination with leprechauns in global culture. Are leprechauns real? While belief in leprechauns has diminished over time, some Irish traditions still acknowledge their existence. In Carlingford, Ireland, a man named Kevin Woods, known as the Leprechaun Whisperer, has spent years promoting the idea that leprechauns are real. Carlingford even hosts an annual national leprechaun hunt, where visitors search for signs of these mythical beings. In 1989, a set of tiny bones and clothing was discovered near a well in the area, leading some to claim it as evidence of leprechauns. In traditional Irish belief, leprechauns were considered part of the otherworld, a supernatural realm coexisting with our own. Many Irish people historically took great care not to disturb fairy paths or fairy forts, fearing that doing so would bring bad luck. Even today, remnants of these beliefs persist, with some farmers in rural Ireland refusing to cut down certain trees thought to be fairy dwellings. Conclusion: the lasting magic of the leprechaun. Leprechauns remain one of the most beloved figures in Irish folklore, capturing the imagination of people around the world. Whether seen as mischievous tricksters, guardians of gold, or remnants of ancient Celtic beliefs, they continue to symbolize the magic and mystery of Ireland's rich mythological tradition. So, the next time you see a rainbow, you might just wonder, could there be a leprechaun's pot of gold waiting at the end? And if you ever hear the faint sound of hammering late at night, perhaps a clever little cobbler is hard at work, hiding his fortune from those who dare to seek it.